This was my skin at the beginning of the year, and this is my skin now. If you want to know how I achieved this, keep watching this video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how I fought my acne. These 3 products. So I made a post on Twitter about defeating acne this year, and a lot of people wanted to know what I used. There were a lot of comments asking about what I used and all that. So I decided that I was going to make a video explaining what I used and how I used it, just basically sharing my skincare routine. So first of all, just a disclaimer, I'm not a skincare guru or anything. I'm just sharing what worked for me. So this is the main product I use for my acne. I started using it in March, early March, and at first it was like a week after using it, it kept making things worse. But then I figured out that I wasn't using it the right way I was supposed to use it, and it made it all better. So it's possible that it doesn't work for you, yes, but sometimes you're not using it well. I was using it morning and night, and that was too heavy for my skin, so that was what was making my acne worse that period. So when I discovered I was using this wrongly, instead of using it every day, I started using it once in 2 days and at night only. I don't use it during the daytime. And I think part of why I was reacting to it was because I was using it twice daily, and I'll use it in the morning. Immediately after using it, I'll put my moisturizer, then put sunscreen on top. So I feel like that was just a lot going on my face, and that was what made it worse for me. So I started using this once in 2 days, and then gradually I started using it every night. So what I do is I use my simple face wash. This one doesn't have any active ingredients. I use it in the morning, use my sunscreen, and go out. I don't use moisturizer because my skin is very oily, and I feel like whenever I use both moisturizer and sunscreen, it makes it too oily. So I just use this face wash and I use sunscreen. Then at night I use Panoxyl. This is the one with 4%. There's 4% benzoyl peroxide and 10%. I use the 4%. It's very drying, so I don't know how good it is for dry skin, but because I have oily skin, it wasn't such a bad idea for me. It worked well for my skin, although sometimes it did make my skin very dry. But whenever my skin felt dry, I'll just put a bit of moisturizer on it, and that's at night sometimes. So the way I use this at night, I use it like a mask, sort of. Yes, most times at night I use this first. I wash my face with this, then I put this as a mask. I just let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes, then I rinse it off. That's what I do. But I will not advise everybody to just that you can use just this one. You don't have to use both at the same time. Like the way I double cleansing, basically. I don't think that dries out the skin, but it worked for me. So I use this first to wash my face. Then I use this after. I leave it to sit for 2 to 3 minutes, rinse it off. If my face feels too dry, I let my face just wait for a while. Then if it feels dry, I go in with a bit of moisturizer. I started using this in March, and we're in November now, and I still have some acne sometimes, because obviously it's acne prone skin, so once in a while I still have flare-ups, but I've not had anyone that is like, my skin has not been as bad as it was in that first picture since I started using Panoxyl. So now that my skin is at a better place, I don't use it every single night, but I make sure I always have it. So sometimes I use it once in 2 days, sometimes once in 3 days, just depending on how my skin is. But when I was actively fighting the acne, every night I use Panoxyl. If your face is wet, you just wet your face, put this in your hand, rub it, obviously, use it on your skin, and then leave it to sit for 2 to 3 minutes before you rinse it off every night. I don't think you should use it in the daytime, because when I used it in the daytime, it didn't work for me. But like I said, I'm not a professional, so I don't know why it just didn't work for me. When I was using it early in the morning before going out, and then putting moisturizer and sunscreen on top, it was making my acne worse. Basically just face wash, sunscreen, and then moisturizer. I use simple moisturizer, That's this same Simple face wash. I use their moisturizer, the hydrating light moisturizer, because my skin is very oily. So I use the hydrating light moisturizer, but it's not an everyday use. So like I said, it just depends on the type of skin you have. And even if you have oily skin, what worked for me might not necessarily work for you. So I'm just sharing what worked for me because my sister recommended it for me actually. It worked for her and it also worked for me. So I know it will work for some of you, but it might not work for some of you. So I said sunscreen. I use Skin Aqua usually, but I started using this Blossom Makeup sunscreen recently and I've been enjoying it. I like it. I may still go back to Skin Aqua, but for now, this is what I'm using. I forgot to add this. It's not overnight. It's not a fast journey. It will take a while sometimes before you see progress, because I think I started seeing like significant improvements like maybe 2 months in or so. It's not an overnight. You won't start using it today now and by next week your skin will be clear. That's not possible. It took a little while for me to start seeing improvements. My skin cleared completely in about 4 months, in about the space of 4 months. So it's not an overnight process. It takes a while, but it's worth it. Or at least for me, it's worth it. So all the best. Good luck in your skincare journey. Bye.